Lindoguhle, I could see earlier on that tensions were really high. Take us through the day's events, the appearance, first of all, inside court of these suspects before we actually talk about what was happening outside during the proceedings.
Well, very much so. The tensions were high outside that court, as you rightfully put it. And in fact, community members just are picketing outside after they learned that they cannot go inside because this is a sensitive issue. Those are 5 minors appearing, in camera before the magistrate. But we understand that the people who are inside are telling us that the outcome of that was that this has been postponed to next week. And we understand that this is because of a consultation between the suspects and, of course, their defenses. But I can tell you the tensions were very high. People outside singing and reiterating that call and saying they want justice for Thoriso.
For 2 weeks, from there, they were banding him, and even now I can be suspect.
The problem is that the parents are spoiling their kids, and we as the community of Polokwane, we are not condoning that, and we are not going to promote that. So justice must be served to Thoriso Themane. Connection or no connection, bribe or no bribe, captain or brigadier's son or not, justice must be served. Thank you.
So are you able then to confirm for us, Lindoguhle, that police have since made a further arrest? Does that bring the number to 6 now?
Well, as it is correct, it will us. The 6th person had been arrested, we understand. And we got this news during the proceedings of those appearance, of those 5 suspects appearing before the magistrate. But what we understand so far is that that suspect will be processed as well. As to when he will be appearing as well, that remains to be known. The police haven't been saying much really about this case. And in fact, it's quite strange because the case, they said, that has been taken over by provincial government. And, no one really from provincial to actually give us details as to what had exactly happened. But at least today we got to speak to the MEC for community safety as well as transport in Limpopo, who just told us about the outcome of that particular appearance and said that the police are doing all they can, and this 6th suspect being arrested should prove to the public as well as the rest of South Africa that really they are working to get to the bottom of what exactly happened on that fateful night.
And Lindo, talk to us about the tensions outside, including a situation where there seemed to be some kind of a tussle between the political players who had come to show their support for, I suppose, the family of Thoriso Themane, but it ended up being quite tense between themselves.
Well, quite unfortunately and very unnecessary at that stage, because the squabble there was caused by the fact that these two, I spoke to the 2 gentlemen that were actually allowed inside as leaders of the community. This is one from the EFF and one from the ANC Youth League. And when I spoke to them, they agreed that, okay, they will deliberate for us on air what exactly will be happening, or rather has taken place inside court. But their supporters then came and said, you had better speak to this one before the other one. So that situation, really, we couldn't let that fly, so that crossing was cancelled, as you have seen there. But other than that, I mean, the tensions have already been there, and the people, many of them have been preaching. Even at yesterday's community meeting last night, they were saying that this shouldn't be a political thing, this should be a community coming together to actually, lobby behind the hashtag Justice for Thoriso. And one other thing is really the fact that, some were even requesting that when people come out in their numbers to picket, to demonstrate, and to call for justice for Thoriso, they shouldn't be wearing a regalia of a certain political party. But we saw that that hasn't happened at this stage. But of course, that squabble has been sorted out. In fact, I was speaking to some of the guys that were involved in that squabble, particularly the ones that were shouting at me and, pointing fingers at me. And it is resolved. They're saying that, they are issuing their apology in terms of, what had happened there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And you really handled it very well there. ENCA's Lindoguhle out in Polokwane following the court appearance of some of the suspects that have been arrested in connection with the murder of Thoriso Themane.